TheSmartLocal.com.
I tried some of nasi goreng. It looks like a fried rice, but it tastes like a fried rice.
What's up guys, so as you've seen in the previous episode, we visited San Francisco in the United States of America. So aside from trying all the foods that we don't have in Singapore like Five Guys, In-N-Out, we were slightly curious on how good the Asian food was, and also I've been stumbling upon articles of this thing called the Singapore Noodle. So as Singaporeans, we know that there's no such thing as Singapore noodles. Yes, we have a lot of noodles like kway teow, mi fen, mi goreng, but it's not called Singapore noodle, right? So in this special episode of Singaporeans Try, we will be trying American Singaporean foods to see how good it tastes and of course get to the bottom of this elusive Singapore noodle. So doing a quick search on Google on Singapore Noodle, we managed to find this place. It's a Southeast Asian restaurant called Lime Tree Restaurant, and this is where we went to. So once we got to the restaurant, we sat ourselves down and we ordered the beef rendang, satay, nasi goreng, prata, and of course, the elusive Singapore noodle.
I tried some beef rendang. It's not too bad. I mean, it does taste less fragrant than your regular beef rendang, and also the color, like a lighter shade of brown compared to the beef rendang that we have at home. Usually, like I like it for all the spices, but this one doesn't have that strong spice taste. So I tried a bit of the Singapore noodles, and honestly, I wasn't expecting much lah. But then when I actually like took my first bite, it was actually really nice in the sense that like it's more sweet than spicy. I thought it would be soupy noodles, but this is dry noodles, which reminds me of pad thai.
So we asked them like why it's called curry noodles, and they said that they actually use the same curry that comes with the prata. I saw like the curry, right? Then I smell it. It doesn't taste like the Indian kind of curry. And then when I was smelling it, I realized that the smell is very familiar, and that's when I realized it smells like green curry.
I tried some of nasi goreng. It looks like a fried rice, but it tastes like a fried rice.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
After tasting the food, I decided to be an investigative journalist and I went to interview one of the staff to see if they knew where this Singapore noodle came from.
Hi, can I just ask, do you know who created the Singapore noodle?
Who created?
Yeah.
Of course, my owner.
Your
Making the
owner.
recipe. Yeah.
Created his own recipe. Do you know where it came from? Like Singaporean curry noodle?
Yeah, I don't know. This one, this name is Singapore noodles. Maybe the ingredients are Singapore, right?
So after trying to pry information from the staff, it seems like they too did not have a clue. Thus, the journey to find the origins of the Singapore noodle continues. Overall, after tasting the food, I think it is okay. It's not as great as what we have back home. So once again, we set out to find the most authentic Singaporean food and it led us to this place. Alright, so after an hour-long drive, we're finally here in Shiok Singaporean Kitchen. The owner is actually Singapore born and raised, so he knows his Singaporean food. We're just gonna try some dishes that he has prepared for us and we're gonna ask him his thoughts on Asian American food in general. Let's go! Alright, so we're here with the owner of Shiok Singaporean Kitchen.
My name is Dennis. We've been here about 20 years already. My sister came here in the year 1999. At that time, 1999, there's no Singaporean restaurant around, and everybody that comes and eat at the house, they love the food. So she called my mom. So they both came down here and they opened a really small restaurant. It got so popular and the kitchen is really small. It became very dangerous to cook in there. So my mom said, look, if you want to do this, you need to look for a proper place. So we found this place and we've been here ever since. Most of my customers are not Singaporeans, but we do get a lot of Singaporeans as well. They usually order things that they've eaten in Singapore: chicken rice, satay, rendang, hokkien mee, prata. I try not to dumb down my stuff. We Singaporeans have our opinion about how everything should taste.
So what do you think of Asian American food in general?
Asian American food. When I first came here, it was horrible. I couldn't find a decent sushi place. I couldn't find anything, you know. But after being here for so long, things have changed a lot. Now you can get like, you know, authentic Shanghainese dumplings, for instance.
Ever since we've been here in the US and even in other Western countries, right, we've seen this Singapore noodle, this mysterious Singapore noodle. I want to get your thoughts on that.
So first time I came here, I saw that also on the menu. I happily, you know, what is this? What could it be? Could it be hokkien mee? Is it mee goreng? So I ordered it and it's just nonsense. It's just some bee-hoon they fry. I think they put some curry powder inside and then they say, oh, this is Xinzhou Chao Mi Fen. It's not a Singaporean dish, you can never find it. So I actually have customers come here and ask if I have that. So I have to educate them and tell them, you eat this in the Chinese restaurant, you cannot find it in a Singaporean restaurant.
Thank you so much. This is so good, right? I feel like this restaurant makes you feel like you're visiting like a family friend's home, you know, because it's so homely and it's very cozy vibes and the warm lighting.
Getting the last few grains
Yes,
of
I'm
rice.
gonna like lick the plate clean.
Thank you so much.
It's so good.
Peps,
Yes,
what do you think of it?
I think it's the most Singaporean food.
She was the one who inhaled most of the noodles.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I really love the noodles. Oh,
Satay sticks, they taste like satay sticks. Yeah, they're really good. Peanut sauce?
Yes.
Peanut sauce. It's homemade, made in-house, and fantastic.
So it turns out that the Singapore noodle is actually a dish with Cantonese roots and is very popular in Chinese restaurants in the Western world. But the thing is, why is it named Singapore noodle? Is it because its influences and ingredients mirror that of Singapore, which we all know is multicultural? As delicious as it is, do you think the Singapore noodle has a place among our local noodle dishes? Comment down below if you've tried it and you want it to be added in the list of noodles available in Singapore. So as usual, if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe and watch our videos over there. Bye!